Hi, I'm Melissa Krebs with ASCP, and I'm going to show you how to do an easy smoky eye. But first, I just want you to know that we're using products that belong to Emily, because we wouldn't use products directly onto her skin with our brushes without using plastic applicators. So this product actually belongs to her, so I'm going to work directly from the palette. First thing I'm going to do is use the lightest color that's in the palette, and I'm going to use a flat eyeshadow brush. So I'm going to get a little bit of this one. The color is actually called Vanilla. Now I'm going to tap off a little bit of extra so I don't get too much. I'm going to place my puff on her cheek and have her close her eyes. And I'm going to spread this product just by kind of pressing it down and spreading it all the way up to her brow bone. Doing it this way allows you to be able to apply the products from the bottom to the top without having to do as much blending. So the next color I'm going to use is a color called Sable. It's this next one in the row. I'm going to use a brush that's a little bit pointed, but it's nice and thick. I'm going to put a little bit on. It's a gray with a little bit of shimmer. So I just tap off the excess. And I'm going to use that product directly on her lid, but not above her crease. Directly across. Now remember, less is more, and you can always add, but it's harder to take it away, especially with the smoky eye. The next color I'm going to use is called Granite, and it's the third in the row of the palette. That one, I'm also going to use the pointed brush. So for that, I'm going to use a pad, a gauze pad, and I'm going to wipe off that excess color. Now remember, I'm using Emily's product. If you're using yours at home, you can use your brushes over. Just make sure you clean them off. Now this is a matte eyeshadow versus the shimmer, so it's going to add more pigment than the other one. Just like before, I'm going to tap off the excess. Doing this also keeps you from getting a lot of product underneath their eyes. So now I'm going to go more in the crease, and notice when I just set it down on there, it makes a big difference in the color, but I need to blend it. So now I'm going to wipe off my brush, and I only want to apply the color about halfway on her lid. So now I'm going to just kind of like a windshield wiper, just spread the product all the way across. It's not as important to have it in the middle as it is to have it in the crease. Okay, now open your eyes. Now you can see the big difference in the contour of her eye. The next step is the dark colors. So for that, we're going to use a brush that has a little tiny, just tiny amount of bristles, and it's we call it a smudge brush. And I'm going to use the darker color. This color is called Sparkling Noir. And I'm just going to kind of press and wiggle my brush on the product. Again, I'm going to use a place in my hand to just take off the excess. And I'm going to have her look down. I'm going to go directly to the to the lashes, and this is what happens when you have a lot of product on there. And I'm just going to wipe it up from the lash line, pull up the lid. As I said, you can add more as needed to give it a little bit more of a color difference. You want it to be have a gradient of going up and being lighter, but we want to put a little bit of depth in the crease so that there's definition between her brow bone and her eyelid. We got a little bit of shadow under her eye, but that's an easy cleanup. I'm going to make sure that it doesn't go too far back. And I'm going to have her close her eyes so that I can make sure that everything is blended. And if I want to add a little bit more at the lash line, I can do that. Depending on how your eyes are set, or if they're big or small, you can add more product to the outer corner, which will give it more length in the eye and make them look more open. If you have a full eyelid, you can do the color all the way across from corner to corner, and it'll give the same amount of depth, but it won't be, you don't need to try and make them bigger. So I'm just gonna go back and take a quick look, have Emily look at me. I'm gonna go back with my vanilla and the light color, and I'm just gonna go back and fix any issue that I wanna change. So I'm gonna go and just blend right here at the edge, because I don't wanna see where the product stops. I want it to blend into her eye. And this is what the completed smoky eye looks like. You can make adjustments to it to make it darker or lighter, and you can use just about any color you want. We chose grays and blacks because those are the most common, but you can use browns, plums, even blue. It's just up to you.